Hi there, this is Callie from Callie's Earth Treasures and Photography, and I am using my Psychic Tarot Oracle deck as well as my Angel Tarot Doreen Virtue cards with Radley Valentine and John Holland. There we go. All right, I went live earlier and I was on for like over an hour, and then it cut the video down to like 28 minutes and 46 seconds. I remember the amount it cut down to. So we're going to do a shorter version. But the message that I got earlier was let it go. Let whatever you need to let go, go. There's a full moon, sorry, excuse me, pardon me, new moon in Virgo coming up at the end of this month. I've seen it reported on the 30th. I've seen it reported on the 31st. Even if you have to look it up, the moon phase, the new moon in Virgo, it's about letting it go. It's about coming back into your own power. It's about stepping back into your own power, reclaiming your power fully, and just leaving all of the crap that doesn't even matter behind anymore. You know, it's like very much like putting, going to a restaurant and putting your order in. You know, if you don't let the waiter go back to the kitchen to be able to make, to have the kitchen cook the food, you're not going to get your food. That's why they constantly come over. I used to be a waitress, and I was a hostess. I was also a cashier. Not saying I was the best at everything, but I did what I could. I learned. Now whenever I go out to eat, I make sure that all of my like my place is, like the thing, like, if I have coffee, I have the creamers in on the plate. Everything is like where the bus boys or the bussers can, it's easier on them. It's easier on the wait staff. I make it easier on them. Oh, you want to come out? Patience and timing, or patience and planning. Sorry. Well, it is in timing too, because pasta ain't gonna be cooked all the way unless it's cooked all the way. Foundation and achievements. There are no reversals in this deck, by the way. Base chakra and foundation. Holy-ish. Feel like all choked up right now. A little choked up. Your base chakra is tending to. Whether that's a meditation, whether that's self-Reiki. And then my heart chakra is like, in order to have that firm foundation that you want, you need to feel safe with yourself. That's pretty deep. When you feel safe with yourself, safe to be yourself, I do my best when it comes to universal love. I really do my best. I try not to look at the, the bad in everyone. I try to look at the good in everyone. I also see the bigger picture, like they're going through their things, I'm going through my things. Um, yeah, sometimes my ego is triggered. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that shit. That's not beneficial to anyone. Wait, this is what I want. Your root chakra has to do with your safety. I know that I have a lot of root chakra work that I still have to do. A lot of like inner work that I'm still doing. But root chakra, your base chakra, that's probably why you need the firm foundation. The firm foundation is probably not there yet until this root chakra. They came out together, so there's a reason. The fact that both of them are on the root chakra, they're about the root chakra. Even this one. Wait, this one. Even this one. Because he has the red triangle on his base chakra. So I feel like I'm just like talking it to death. It is 4 for stability, 1 for new beginnings, 5 for change, I had a lot of childhood trauma that has to do with my base chakra. A lot of, I know I'm of the generation of, you better stop crying or else I'm going to give you something to cry about. That's actually hurting your base chakra, your root chakra. So that taught behavior, that learned behavior has been passed down since God knows when. And it's up to me to clean it up. Because I don't want to pass it on to, like, I'm doing that reverse. Because I became aware of the toxicity and I made the choice to, stop the cycle. It doesn't mean that it's easy. It does not mean that it's easy by any means. It is some hard-ish, especially whenever you're like, oh, that's actually not normal to talk to your children that way. That's someone who's in a lot of pain that is passing their pain on to me. That I really don't want it, nor should I have to take it. Put on sage. Okay. Looks like I'm going to have to redo that candle. I'm like, okay, I get that you're anxious. What are you anxious about? You know. And my PTSD has given him anxiety. And that's not his fault. It's actually been a lot better here recently. I've been doing a lot of the inner work. Inner stability. Because when you have inner stability, then the environment around you becomes stable. Make sure you're checking in with yourself. Do like breakfast or like in the morning, lunch, before bed type thing. I think that's a great idea. I will be doing zodiac readings. I need to make a game plan. So patience and planning. I gotta be patient with myself. And I'm going to use my Angel Tarot. Angels, what messages do you have today, please? Ooh, the Star. And the Ace of Air. Water. Alright, one last one. Okay. It's my throat chakra. It's like I know it's not mine. They're not my emotions. But my throat chakra is like, it feels like I'm emotional. I'm getting emotional. What advice do you have today? Queen of Air, independent, experienced, realistic, witty, objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, like this Virgo moon, this new moon in Virgo. Seeing the humor in a situation. No, come here. I'm trying to get the glare off. Okay. Independent, experienced. 3 of fire. Abundance looks very good, or things look very good. Abundance. Things look very good. Abundance looks very good too, you know. Have patience at this time, making long-term plans. Oh God. Oh, the little dragon. Traditionally, this is waiting for your ships to come. You know, I ain't gonna wait for the ships to come in no more until I see the boat on the horizon, the ship on the horizon. Because otherwise, I'm just standing there at the dock. This is not sitting at the dock of the bay. I don't know the lyrics to that. So you still have things that you have to do. Like, life still moves on. I mean, I know you're waiting on your ships to come in. I'm waiting on my ships to come in. But at the same time, I still have things I gotta do. Like, I can't just be sitting down at the docks all day long. That's not gonna work. I can't be sitting here twiddling my thumbs waiting for something to happen. Okay, we're not going to take any of those because that was a fumble. That was a fumble, but I will look at them. I will check them out. 5 of air, ace of fire, 4 of water. Knight of fire, high priestess. Listen to your intuition. There's this thing that I do whenever, it's not so much about being right, it's about, I want to make sure I'm following my intuition. I want to make sure that my intuition is on point. I need to know that my intuition is on point. And how do we know this? By sometimes, you know, just tapping into the energy, tapping into your own intuition, and seeing how things unfold. Me, sometimes it's so weird. Like, I can just, oh yeah, that's you know, it's in the bag. And sometimes I channel it instantly, and I don't even know that I'm channeling it. And then it happens. Page of fire. Outgoing, creative, confident, mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. Okay. There's a couple here that I actually want to see what these ones are. Wow. Nah. King of Earth, generous, professional, responsible, practical. A successful time, confidently accept opportunities you're offered, the Midas touch. In the previous reading that was cut out, it was take time for yourself. You're mending from a broken heart, so focus on yourself and your self-worth and work on your skills. Work on some skills. And then it was, see, when you're channeling, you just, all right, well, I'm not going to let it run too long. Anyway, but a lot of it was letting the things go that no longer serve you, because if you don't let it go, it won't be able to come to fruition, because it's like you're not sending order to the universe. You have to let it go so that the universe can do its job. It's not your job to do the behind the scenes things. Your job is to focus on what you need to be doing moment to moment, living in the moment. Right there. Ego, Archangel Jophiel, a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. Focus on the love-based thoughts. Focus on the love-based thoughts. Okay. King of Water, trustworthy, compassionate, respected, cultured, excuse me. Open your heart and mind to those around you, trustworthy and heartfelt advice, charity work. That was a bit of the last reading before it was cut off, was that, hang on, give me a second, I'll get back in it. It was there. Oh yeah. Opening your heart with the Mend a Broken Heart Fairy. Take time to, do like some pampering of you. Pamper yourself. As in take a soak, an Epsom soak. But allow yourself to heal yourself. Really. The walls that you're putting up are actually becoming a barrier to what you really truly want and desire. Yeah. Charity work. Anyway, back to this one. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Charity work. I actually want to go on camera for this. I think I might have to ask them permission, but I'm pretty sure they would be okay with it. There is a rescue organization that is near me that I am so interested in, in volunteering at. I volunteer down at the food bank, not as regularly as I would like to, but there is, like, it takes a lot out of me. It takes a lot out of me, and so it's like I have to find which charity organizations don't take quite so much out of me, because I'm usually there, like, passing out food. I wouldn't mind gleaning, but that would require me being outdoors, and as much as I would love that, I have to listen to my body. But the one place that I would just love to volunteer at, even if it's just to, like, feed them, I don't mind. I would not want to be cleaning cages because that's a health issue for me. But it's called For Heaven's Sake Owl Rescue. And I found out about them a couple of years ago. My son and I was at the library. My internet was down. I was at the library. And I was trying to get online I can't remember what it was, but I was trying to do something. And it was like, I'm like, how do I not know how to get online? Like, what is up? And then I look over, and there is an owl in a little clear, like a little clear cage. And I'm like, oh my God, how are you? How are you doing? And I just, like, immediately I just changed from, like, I don't even care what I was doing on the internet. I'm just focused so much on this owl because he looked like Soren off of Guardians of Gaul. If you don't know what that movie is, it's called Legend of the Guardians, Owls of Gaul. There is a book series about it. I have all of the books. I have yet to read them because they're kind of like, they're scholastic. So it's not like it's a kid's book. It's a kid's series. I try to read to my son, but he's like, no, Mom. And I'm like, I need to read to you. at least 20 minutes a day. He doesn't want to. Anyway. But there was, and then they had, they had another owl that looked exactly like Gilfie. They had another owl that looked exactly like Metalbeak. I was just like, oh my God, you're kidding me, right? It was pretty awesome. So that's a volunteer, chore that I wouldn't mind doing. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to start supper. Those are your messages. I know it's brief, but I'm trying to make up for the one that got cut because I was on there for like an hour and it was like 28 minutes. So it cut out all of that. Anyway, see ya.